man, you guys are headed out on the road. Shockfest. This is one of the biggest U.S. tours you guys have done in a while, and probably.
Yeah, you know, we've been. Yeah, I mean, we went on. Last time we were actually on the road, I believe, was last year in April and May, I think, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's been like a year and a half, I think, you know, but maybe we just been so busy in the studio, project after project after project. So, you know, it's like we're always like, fuck, we got to tour, but like, damn, we got to get this done, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't get this done, then we can't tour anyhow, you know? So it's just constant motion, constant work, you know what I'm saying? We're always working, so it's always so hard. You know, you gotta it's like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out where to put the right piece in at the right time, make everything fit. You know.
Right. Is it going to be tough to get used to the tour lifestyle and being on the road 24/7 again, or is that going to be something for you guys?
That's second nature, man. You know, we've been on the road since '95, I think. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just second nature right there. You know. I mean, if we're going out in a station wagon or something, I might, you know, take a little adjustment, but you know, that's what we do. You know, that's how we came up. That's how we built our career, was touring. So, you know, it might be like a little bit more difficult being away from home, seeing how, like, you know, we got families and all that stuff now, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But you know, that's show must go on, and that's our passion, that's our love. You know, we live for doing shows. So, you know, putting out music and performing it. You know, that's what we do.
Right, man. You said you guys do a project after project, man. One of the projects, Killjoy Club, man, with the Mafia 6.
Yes, sir.
They're hitting the road with you for the Shockfest tour, man. But tell me, how did that project come about? And first, and also, I listened to that record not too long ago, a couple days ago, and it's killer, man. It combines both. You guys both have different styles of rap and hip hop that you do. It combines both styles into one. It's just outstanding. Yeah. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's crazy because we didn't want to do it like, you know, over the mail and all that stuff. You know, a lot of people, when they do tracks with people or even on records with people, you know, it's all like, you know, different coasts or whatever. So send the files and blah, blah, blah. We were like, nah, fuck that. We need to get in the studio together, vibe off each other's energy, all that good stuff. And so they came out here to Detroit. And, you know, we worked relentlessly. You know, we were pulling hours and hours and hours in the studio, you know, and we banged that motherfucker out, you know. And then we would use, like, one track that we had put together, then we'd use one track that Paul had put together. We'd use one track that we had put together, one track that Paul had put together, you know. So, I mean, it just came out beautifully, you know. And when we were putting it together, we were like, well, you know, maybe we'll shave a track or two off, you know, but there was no tracks that were fillers and nothing like that. There was nothing to shave. We were like, we got nothing to make the record a little bit shorter. We got to put every track on there because everyone's a banger, you know?
Right.
So it was like, it was no choice in that matter, you know?
Right, I remember listening. I'm like, man, this is a long album, but it flows together so well. You don't even realize how long it is when you start listening to it. It's just It's just so strong and so well put together, man. And you could just tell that you guys had fun doing that, and that you guys got along really well.
Yeah, no doubt. We clicked really, really good, you know. So that made it a lot easier and a lot funner, and you know, just made it a good time, you know.
Nice. Any chance we could see any Killjoy stuff you guys performing together on this tour? Because man, we all want to see it. You know that.
You know, we were kicking the idea around, and we were talking about doing it, but we're not going to do it this tour just because, you know, we want to keep it like separate bands right now and all that, but because what we want to do is do a full-blown Killjoy Club tour instead of just doing a couple tracks. You know what I'm saying? So we're saving like them big nuclear bombs for the war. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a battle. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So like when we do it, we want to do it big, not just like a teaser. You know?
Right. That's gonna be a killer tour.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And hopefully soon, because man, we all want to see that shit live. That's man. Anything special planned for this tour, man? I mean, you got you guys, you got the Mafia 6, you got Mushroom Head, Jelly Roll, Mad Chi, you know, anything fun for this tour planned? Anything special?
You know, we just wanted to put together like almost like a mini festival every day. Lots of bands. We got Hoodoo coming out with us. Our psychopathic artists.
Right.
So what I'm saying. So it's just like the list goes on and on. We just wanted to make it like so. If somebody comes, if they want to come early, they're gonna have fun all day. Because usually other shows, a lot of people will be outside. A lot of juggalos will be out there tailgating and stuff till the show starts. And we're like, well, fuck that, come on inside, get schooled, let's have fun all day till the night,
Nice.
an all day event, and so we thought that was like a real cool thing to do. That's why we put like so many artists on this tour instead of just like three, like an opener, then a warmer upper, and then us, we wanted to make it big,
Nice.
go out correctly.
Nice. Now I gotta ask, the gathering this year was at a new location. You guys moved it this year. How did that play into how everything went? How did that go with the new location? Because that can be
Man, let me tell you something. We got super fucking lucky this year. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a spot in Missouri somewhere, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That we had unlocked everything.
Mm-hmm.
We were like planning out where everything. Going down there. I mean, and figuring out where everything's going to be at and whatnot. And then, of course, like that little town or whatever, they started to have their town meetings and decided they didn't want us there. But the lady that owned the land, she was cool as shit, you know what I'm saying? She's just like, no, fuck it, I'm still having it, It's my land, blah, blah. But they just kept getting at her and getting at her and getting at her until from what I understand, she was hospitalized from stress, So she just gave in. She was like, it's not worth my health. I can't do this. Because she's an older lady, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, we're just like stuck. We're like, fuck, man. And then, because we wanted to do it more out west, because it's always been like, more eastern,
Right.
And but then like the fucking clouds parted and this ninja came out the woodwork and was like, I'll do that shit, well, I can't remember the name of the place he did it at. Yeah, and it's already like, set up all, like, he does festivals all the time, I guess he does country festivals and all types of shit, so it's like set up for like that type of deal, and I think it went great, there was like mixed reactions as far as like the actual site, not the gathering itself, but the site. Right. Some people were like, it's better at Cave and Rock, but it's one of those situations you can't please everybody all the time, Because I thought it was great, everything was a lot closer to get to, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to see one show, you didn't have to walk for 20 hours to get there, and I think it was a lot more intimate because it was closer, and it just seemed live. It was just a whole new, like a whole new pool of karma and like just electricity, And I thought it was great, man. I love that location, and we're gonna be there again next year. And after that, we're gonna see about like maybe like trying to do it more out west again, but. You understand, it's not easy for us to find a location for the gathering. It's very, not not easy, but it's very, 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 very fucking hard,
Yeah.
So, that's why, like, it's just like this just came like as a blessing at the last minute, we were able to pull it off. So, it's basically we got to start like looking now, even though we're still gonna do it at the same location next year. We have to start like looking now for 2 years down the line,
Exactly, man. And every year at the Gather, man, I had to bring it up because I'm watching the new Sting DVD from WWE right now. JCW, man, did you guys ever imagine it getting as big as it has? I mean, because you guys have experiences in WCW and WWF and all that stuff. Do you ever think JCW is going to get as big and popular as it has? And what's down the road for JCW? I mean, you guys are touring.
I'm not like really like the president or head of JCW. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love doing the commentary. I retired from wrestling because my back and neck are all fucked up,
Right.
And it just took its toll on me over the years. But it's just fun. You know what I'm saying? It's dope that it got like where it's at now because like I mean, we used to, back in the day when we had our first, like, warehouse and stuff for our company, the first thing we bought was a wrestling ring. And, like, every Sunday we'd invite, like, family and friends, get some, like, kegs of beer for them, and we'd all just get in there and fucking wrestle and shit, put on a show, you know? And then, next thing you know, WWF, WCW. And then, but we were still doing our own independent thing, and then, we started doing JCW, and actually the first time we took, JCW on tour, we took it out on tour. It was like stupid successful. It was crazy. I mean, like selling places out and shit. It was like, whoa, you know? And, it simmered down because the fact is that we just don't have like the time we would like to put into it, you know, and we're not a wrestling promotion, we're a record company, you know.
Exactly.
So it's a hobby, it's a side thing, you know, and it's fun, and it's fun to do, and we do it whenever we can, you know. So usually, like, I mean, we'll do it like at after parties. Sometimes we'll take it on tour when we're on tour, like have it earlier in the day, you know. So we fit it in where we can, you know, and it's awesome, and it's great that it's got to where it is now.
Awesome, man. Shaggy, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. Can't wait to see the show in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, on the 26th, up in Kokomo, Indiana, at Center Stage Bar and Grill. The new album from the Killjoy Club out now. Killer stuff, man. Can't wait for more. It's going to be a fun show.
No doubt, man.
Thank you so much for taking
time. No doubt. Can't wait to get there, bro.